creatives in general have is a one-sided parasocial relationship with companies that don't even know they exist. Let's talk about Adobe. So we may love Adobe as a corporation, which is a weird concept to begin with, but they've never let us on. They didn't invite us in the back room. They didn't say, hey, why don't we hold hands? Yeah.
All right, sir, please state your name.
I'm Chris Doe.
Mr. Chris Doe, the Angry Designer Podcast at Creative South. Yes. Okay, and we've got a couple hours
live
to speak.
In person.
Live in person.
In person. It's a little different.
Without a net.
It is so different, you know? And I mean, it's been really cool just chatting with you on a normal human level.
Yes.
I must admit, because, you know...
Wait, let me ask you this question.
Heck, yeah.
What other way is there to chat? On alien level? What are we talking about?
Do you not feel, though, that, I mean, there's so much on that online world that's just, it's surreal. We've talked to online, but it doesn't feel the same as when there's human connection, when there's warmth. You can see things like, you know, your pores on your face. You can actually make eye contact.
The kind eyes.
The kind eyes.
Yes.
It's and I think there's something huge to be said about that, because I mean, it's a lot different, and you can kind of really gauge a lot more of a person. I think we can hide a lot more behind a screen. No?
Maybe. I don't know. I think the fact that a conversation is happening live, whether it's across the world or across the table, that's the thing that makes it different. So when you're talking about social media, that's recorded, scripted, edited, filtered, AI'd. Yes. And so that's not reality, and people need to understand that. But if you and I were 1,000 miles apart, but there are high-definition cameras and monitors, there is something about the energy exchange when we're sharing the space, but it's not what I think people make it out to be.
No.
That's it. So that's the first disagreement.
I'm a huge empath in that sense, right? Because again, I think it's so much easier to hide behind screens. I agree about the cameras and everything else, but it's been cool to just like hang out with you, right? And it is it's a very different vibe. Anyway, this is fun. What was fun was our conversation yesterday, okay? And I wish we started that recording yesterday and had this, because, you know, the whole Adobe, Mac, you know, we touched on some interesting topics yesterday that, you know, we felt that designers were passionate about, and you were like, guys, like let's not be so passionate about this. Let's be a little bit more, you know, what's the word? Logical, black and white,
neutral, clear-headed.
Yeah.
Clear-headed. Very good.
So, and again, this led me to think, are designers blinded by design dogma? And like, do we put so much, because again, we disagreed yesterday, and I was like, no, Adobe, you know, owes us. We're designers. We've given them so much. You know, Apple owes us. They've helped us reshape who we were. And you kind of shot that down, you know, and I was like, yeah, he's right. So I'm wondering, and this is across the board for designers. They really get entrenched with that. So do you think this exists?
Well, I think we have to give the audience context, since they don't know our conversation.
Our conversation yesterday.
So I'll try my best to recreate some of that for them.
Sure.
Okay. I think of it as like, as creative people, we're divergent thinkers. We have we skew strong on empathy and imagination.
Yes.
And some of that is great when it's the act of creation, but when it comes to like how we see and observe the world, that can be problematic. Now, there's a gentleman, his name is Alain de Botton, and he runs a program called the School of Life. He's an Englishman, he's brilliant, and he's a philosopher and a writer. And he talked about the Romantic period, like a period in literature and art that created idealistic ways. Like he said, prior to that, you married into somebody because it was an arranged thing. It was utility because two families needed to unite and become stronger. And then the Romantic period comes about, and then it's like love at first sight. I get butterflies in my stomach. So these ideas, he says, are kind of dangerous, because it creates unrealistic expectations. So we got married before we fell in love with people, and we learned through working together and through cooperation to love and appreciate and honor the person across from us. Now it's like, I'm not in love anymore. I've fallen out of love, and it's a convenient way to get out of commitments and relationships. So park that for a second. Now, what I think creatives in general have is a one-sided parasocial relationship with companies that don't even know they exist.
And I agree.
Enter Exhibit A. Let's talk about Adobe. You said, well, Adobe owes us. They promised these things to us, and they made us believe, and now they're turning their backs on us, and it's so much for the software, and we're looking for alternatives, and we're really upset. And then I asked you for evidence of this thinking,
Yes.
which then became the challenge and the beginning of this conversation, where I asked you, when has Adobe ever said, this is your life, we promise you this?
everything.
Yes, and we'll always keep it affordable for you.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Well, I mean, again, but just because it hasn't actually come out, it doesn't mean that it isn't implied. Just like
Okay.
in high school, right? You're interested in somebody, you're courting somebody, right? They spend a little bit of time with you. Maybe they'll brush your arm. They're not leading you on, but they're making you feel like, there is a connection there. And then all of a sudden, when you ask them for a date, you ask for a little bit more commitment. They're like, whoa, where did you get that impression from? It's that connection. That's I guess where I was going with this, and where we feel compelled to give them more, maybe because we're interested in the. I know, and this is why.
I love this.
Yeah.
Even in that example that you gave up, where there's a courting period,
Yes.
men and women misread each other all the time.
All the time.
Oh, that girl was interested in me. She was not interested in you at all, bro. We know that, and she doesn't owe you jack.
Yeah.
And also, I've been on the other side of that. Like, I was as innocent as I can be, and you're saying what?
Yeah.
Now you've created a situation that it's really tense between the two of us. I'll give you an example. When I was in school, I was hanging out with this girl. I got the feeling that she might be interested in me. I'm not interested in her. I've given her reason to believe that. And one day I was giving her a ride home late at night, and she leans over and kisses me on the cheek. I'm like, whoa, what was that?
Holy.
What? Right? And then it became super awkward and weird thereafter. Now, am I to blame? And when you said they made us feel this way, that's taking away responsibility and accountability for what you feel. Now, I know this. People, like my children used to do this to me, my little boys. They're like, Dad, you make me so angry. I'm like, did I make you so angry? They're like, yes. Well, I'm going to make you happy now. Are you happy? I'm like, no. I'm going to try again. So, obviously, I can't make you happy.
Yeah.
How can I make you angry? So when you say you make me, what we're doing is we're absconding our responsibility for regulating our own emotions and ideas and how we got in a situation. It's a very victim mindset.
Yes.
So even in that situation where two people mildly attracted to each other, one person misreads the situation, and there are movies and storylines built around people misreading each other. Neither party owes the other party anything. And when you say they lead us on, if like, hey, come over later tonight and you're going to get a little, even that is, unless it's explicitly said, everything is you're reading into it. Your imagination is taking over. Now, are we okay with that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, now take Adobe.
Yes.
Adobe is like, we're in junior high and we've been listening to a band and we buy their rock posters and we buy their albums, their CDs or vinyl, and we're so in love with them.
Yes.
And we have these fantasies about one day, even though I'm a child and an adult, they might fall in love with me, pick me out from a crowd. And many boy bands and rock stars have built this narrative for them.
Absolutely.
Yes, Mystique and the allure, and like Justin Bieber, Lonely Girl. He literally goes out, pulls out one lonely girl, and he sings a song to her.
So true.
Do you know about this?
Yes,
on
I
stage?
do. Uh-huh.
And I witnessed this before. I'm like, this is masterful seduction and storytelling.
Yep.
Is there an implied relationship between these two? Not really. From the girl's perspective, yes, but from everyone else who's watching, he does the concert every night.
Yeah.
There's always one new lonely girl.
Lonely girl.
Yeah, and to assume you're going to become Mrs. Bieber one day, it's wild. But that's the fantasy, and we give ourselves some room to imagine it, but then to hold them accountable. Here's the next story. Speaking about music, Eminem has a song called "Stan" from a deranged fan. And he's telling the story from the perspective of the fan who has gone a little bit crazy and how he's going to hurt his girlfriend because it wasn't reciprocated.
Yes.
Right? Unrequited love is a horrible thing. So we may love Adobe as a corporation, which was a weird concept to begin with, but they've never led us on. They didn't invite us in the back room. They didn't say, hey, why don't we hold the hands?
Yes.
Hold the mouse, but
Fair enough.
Where's that relationship coming from?
But then to the point, because I thought about that right from last night, and is this because I know I don't stand alone on this one. I'm not the only one who feels this way.
Get my back, bro.
Right, Sean? Right? Come on.
He's like, where do you go?
No, but
hold me back.
But I mean, because this is a passionate topic for a lot of designers, and so this is where I was wondering, because I didn't disagree with you once you explained that part. I understood where you're coming from, but then does this design dogma exist that designers are blind? I mean, designers obsess over a fucking font, okay, Helvetica, which is I love it personally. We all
Which cut?
right? Bold with like a nice minus.
No, what foundry? What foundry? See, if we're gonna get into Helvetica, which foundry? What cut? of
Oh,
Helvetica?
okay. You got me
the
on
type
this one.
nerd. Okay, I'm
No,
obviously-
I like Helvetica Nouveau, but yeah, okay. But I mean, why do we make these connections then? And is it because that we're empaths?
dreamers.
We want to do.
We're just dreamers.
and you think that makes
Empath makes it sound like sexy. We're
Yes.
just dreamers.
Huh.
We dream of things. It's fantasy.
But you're saying that we don't feel that, like we
You
genuinely
can feel it.
Well,
but that's not
what I
empathy.
mean by empathy, though, right?
No, empathy is totally different. Empathy is
Feeling.
you feel something,
Yes.
and I share that feeling. Like you've gone through a loss, I've gone through a loss, and we connect over that. I can feel what you feel. It's very
But
different.
because the font doesn't actually feel anything for you, just like Adobe
How do you feel
doesn't
empathy
feel
for
anything
fun?
for
It's
you.
Code, zeros and ones.
Yeah.
Again,
yeah.
imagination.
Yeah.
Dreaming.
It's that Simon Le Bon thing again. We love that font so much.
Yeah.
It just doesn't love us back.
And it
It's
doesn't
just a
love us
thing.
back, and it
Yeah.
doesn't.
It never did.
It never did. No.
It was a one concert event, and that was it. That's all it was.
We're just lonely girls.
Can you sing a bar or
This is not a
sing us to the
singing-
chorus? That could be a new talent that we need to discover right now.
We'll do the song break now, and then we'll be back with Christo.
you know.
Yeah.
Let's just break it down.
Yeah, another thing that I thought was awesome, and it really blew my mind, we were talking about when I said it's Adobe's retribution for all our stolen piracy over the years. And you said, and I'll let you say it because this was brilliant.
Okay, well, we're imbuing too many human emotions into a faceless organization. We
Yes.
really are.
Right.
I don't think anybody at Adobe's ever thought about any one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
They have-
all of us, but not one of us. So they're not sitting there saying, well, you've stolen the software. We're going to get you back, designers, and stick the dagger and like, huh.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to eat if you kill your food source.
Exactly.
And nobody's really trying to do that. If anything, they're trying their best to run a profitable company
Yeah.
while staying ahead of the competition. Is an important part most creatives don't understand, and serving their customers. We are the customers.
Yeah.
100%.
And there's no reason why they would do that. So again, it's this dreamer fantasy mindset that we create narratives. Krishnamurti had said the highest form of human intelligence is to observe without emotion,
Oh,
without judgment.
Right.
So if I see you, I can say you're a white male with a righteous beard would actually be judgment, so I wouldn't say that. With
I don't
a
mind
beard
that.
that's 4 or 5 inches long and it's peppered, and that's what I would say. Somebody else would say, oh, you look like a wannabe Hells Angel guy. That's judgment. So the highest form of human intelligence is to observe without judgment. And what we're doing is we're judging all the time, with violent language too, might I add.
Yeah.
So we judge, we're exerting, unbeknownst to us, moral superiority.
Oh.
I don't like that cut of font because my taste is superior to your taste. I don't like the way you tracked or kerned that typeface. My training is better than your training. My master beats your master.
Right.
And so that's why it's really dangerous for us to be making these judging statements. That's not to say that we shouldn't be keen observers of life.
Yes.
There's a difference there. All right. We can observe things in great detail and know which parts we're using judgment on and which is us observing. Marcus Aurelius, and he's one of the 3 Stoics, along with Seneca, and I forget the other person's name. It's like trying to look at life for what it is, not what we want it to be. Did you read The Obstacle's the Way by Ryan Holiday? Okay. Basically, Ryan Holiday is a big fan of Stoicism. I think he goes by the Daily Stoic. It's pretty clear what he wants to be, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
Now I know the Daily Stoic,
Okay.
yes.
Yes. So it's this idea that Marcus Aurelius would say, like, he'd make a daily practice saying, what is fine wine? It's rotting soured grapes. What is like a prime rib? It's a dead cow.
wow. Yeah.
So are you saying that we're just putting false, we're building up with our minds, with our expectations? Because while I believe in a lot of stoicism, I think it's a nice way to view the world. That sounds really harsh and not judgmental, but how do you enjoy life if now you look at that awesome steak we had the other night?
Yeah, it's just a
piece of
I can't
dead
wait to have
meat.
another dead cow. You know?
Yeah. But what
It's
is it then?
marketing.
If it's not dead cow, what is it?
Yeah, though it's
Tell me what it is.
Well, in that moment when we're appreciating it, it's a whole other experience at that point,
Okay.
right? And
It can be.
right, it can be, yeah.
So here's the thing. Your read on Stoicism is a very non-Stoic read on Stoicism.
Well,
You're judging Stoicism as, oh, there's no passion in life. Who is Marcus Aurelius? Considered one of the great Roman emperors. Wrote a book called the Thoughts on Meditation, and his influence 2,000 years of, a couple of thousand years worth of human history. So maybe it's important. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe it's impactful, and that Stoicism is an idea.
It is.
If you're into Eastern religion or philosophy, Taoism, Buddhism, Zen Buddhism is all about letting go of all these kind of human feelings and emotions and being at peace.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, agreed.
You guys are both Christians?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
You are? Okay. So what is your... I'm not big in theology.
But
okay,
anyway.
I'm a recovering Catholic myself.
Recovering
both in that
Catholic.
space,
I
right?
know.
It's like in the Bible, it's like we try to be Christ-like,
Yes.
to be above all this, to turn the other cheek, and it's a form of Stoicism.
Yes. Oh, interesting.
Think about that.
I never thought about that, but I can see that correlation. That's actually kind of beautiful.
Right? Do you remember this? And again, the religious people are going to
hate on us. I know.
Crucify me for this. But it's like, doesn't it say in the Bible, let he who is without sin cast the first stone, and who is without sin? What is that saying? Yeah. Don't judge.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Who are you to judge? That's why I say when we're judging, it's a form of moral superiority. I judge you because I have no sin. I am better than you.
Yeah.
And people don't want to accept that, but that's what they're doing.
Right.
So in my worldview, there's your truth. There's my truth. There's Sean's truth. They all could be true. They could all be untrue. I don't claim from any higher power that I have a better lock on truth than you.
Yes, yeah, fair.
So you are entitled to your version of the truth.
Yeah.
And what we learned too is objective truth is very slim. It's very little that we can say objectively is true. Here's an example. When I was in high school, took physics class, as most of us are required to, it was believed that lights behave as particles and sometimes as waves, and we can't figure it out. In some tests, it behaves like particles, and in some tests, it behaves like waves.
Cool.
So if you were of the particle people or the wave people, you're both right and you're both wrong at the same time because we don't understand it.
Right.
But the thing about human beings is we are so uncomfortable in not knowing things that we'd rather make up something than to not know. But I'm comfortable not knowing. I don't want to make up a reason for everything. Like, why that person take my parking spot?
Yeah.
I don't know, and I will never know. All I know is that spot is not available anymore unless I want to get into altercation, which I do not.
It's not
So I will look for another spot.
Yeah.
Right? Why did it rain today? Like, did I do something wrong?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, the house is flooded again. This place sucks. All these are judgments versus objective observation.
Right.
Okay, I love that. Let's apply that to design.
Okay.
Because it seems that judgment, tastes, is what defines certain creative directors versus amateurs, people just starting, juniors, and moving into this crazy AI world that we're going to have. Judgment is what's going to separate, what's being generated versus what you can actually generate with reason, and then with reason to the customers. So how do we take judgment in that place and then actually make it a positive?
Okay. I think in this case, you're using the word judgment, and there's a subcategory of judgment called taste. That's what we're talking about. Do you have good taste or bad taste? Again, this becomes really, really tricky.
Yeah.
Have you ever judged a design competition before?
Not officially, no.
Okay. Just unofficially.
Unofficially, many times.
I could have done better. That's trash. That's trash. Bruh, who let this in, right? Of course.
Are these what you guys are showing me today? Guys, come on.
Okay. Now, I have judged design competitions. When we're given criteria to judge on, which is not even usually the case, and there's 3 or 4 judges, we don't even agree. So the judges, your contemporaries, your peers, your senior expert people who are deciding what is good or not, we can't even agree.
Yes.
So that's why they have judges awards, where we don't have to all agree, where I'm just going to pick what I think is great, so you win a judge's award.
Right.
And it's because I'm exerting my taste over everyone. Now, here's the thing. It would be great if there was a universal objective standard for great taste and judgment, but there is not.
There is not.
We have to now accept it's subjective. And I'll give you an example. Van Gogh, widely considered one of the greatest painters, never sold a painting in his life, I believe. He died broke,
Yep.
earless, heartbroken, and of alcoholism, I believe.
Yep.
Right? And recently, one of his paintings became the highest bidded or sold piece of art in the world.
Yep.
So in his own time, it was judged not worthy of anything.
Yes.
It's only decades later that it was valuable. And there's a whole beautiful story behind this. Do you know the story about why
I don't
Van Gogh
actually,
paintings?
no.
Okay. So Van Gogh had a brother, and he was trying to sell his paintings to help his brother out. But the brother was not very successful. And after he died, he had these paintings, and he couldn't do anything with it. And then he passed away. And so the remaining wife, the widow of his brother, his sister-in-law, basically, she needs to make money. And she's trying her best to sell these, but nobody will buy these things. And then she uncovers a box of the correspondence between Van Gogh and his brother as they write letters to each other all the time about every painting. Because what Van Gogh would do was he would finish a painting and he would write a story about like why he made this painting. So the lady had a brilliant idea. She was going to publish a book
Yes.
of his paintings, create demand for it, and show the letters. And the letters told the story of the art and the suffering, and the world wept
Yes.
at the loss of a genius
Yes.
who was so brilliant in his capturing of light and color. This is brilliant. So without the help of the sister-in-law, Van Gogh is still an unknown alcoholic who died broke.
Right.
You see, so there's some components to this.
Absolutely, there is.
Yeah.
Almost like good marketing kind of worked on
100%.
his behalf,
A
right?
pioneer. And
Yeah.
she was the one.
Yeah.
And this is also an example of brand.
Yes.
Telling the story and the process of something, and the story between the two brothers and trying to do something, and both not able to sell the paintings.
Yes.
It's a brilliant way to present something. So the book flew off the shelves, and then therefore then the paintings, shortly thereafter, the demand was created. This is a lesson that most creatives can learn from. So you're Van Gogh. You're making your logos, your illustrations, your t-shirts, and the world doesn't care. You're not broke and penniless. You're not an alcoholic, but you may die penniless too.
Right.
Because you haven't learned how to tell the story of the work.
Right.
The work is just one component. It's actually a very small component, much to the chagrin of art professors and instructors throughout the world, because what they preach is craft, but they're leading you down the wrong path. It's only
Yeah,
one
that's
small
good.
part of the story, which is how do you craft the story, not the art itself.
Right.
Because the story actually matters more than the art. And it's going to hurt people's feelings.
So then the story
Yes.
is what makes the craft valuable. So then I guess a strong brand can make average or less than average look great.
Yes, except for I want to clarify, because average is judgment,
Right.
just a thing.
Right.
So what we can say a story plus a product equals a brand.
Right.
So if you subtract the component, no story, no brand. just product.
Right. Okay. So again, brand built on a story to tell, a good product, which ideally delivers a nice experience. And once that starts formulating and people start, building and trusting in this brand, whatever they put out, good, bad, can the design dogma be blinded all over again with this? And what I mean by that is everybody loves the Nike logo, right? They love the Nike logo. Nike has, for 50 years, right, just done a great job at branding. They're pros at this, right? And when you look at Nike, when you think the name, when you see a runner, it instills this feeling in you. But if you were to somebody was just to pitch that logo without the brand attached, it'd be okay. I don't think that the logo itself, the swoosh, would be winning any awards. So again, does the brand end up influencing or enhancing what might be average design? Logo,
A mark. Let's just call it a mark, a symbol.
okay, let's
It's hard for you to
No, I know.
language.
But you're right, a mark.
A mark. Okay, I will reference Michael Beirut here, thought leader in the space. He goes, a symbol, a word mark or trademark, is nothing more than a container for the brand.
Correct.
It's a container.
Yes.
So if Nike does stupid things with stupid design, with poor user experience, then that mark is worthless, or it might be actually a negative asset for them.
Correct.
That's why when companies rebrand, what they're saying is we're no longer the same company we used to be. We then therefore need to change the mark so that we have a new association with a new brand. That's what. And designers don't understand this most of the time. When they think of a rebrand, they just think we're going to change the mark. Because they're not privy to the conversations and strategy and marketing and writing and positioning. They're not privy to that most of the time, unless you're a pretty senior level creative person.
Right.
So we're, for better or for worse, oddly obsessed with aesthetics, craft, making, and we want to put our heads in the sand and not think about anything else. And that's to disservice to the individual, to the community, and to the profession.
Interesting. So then in this regards, then the brand empowers the mark, the feeling that you get. So if it's a bad experience,
Correct.
if Apple all of a sudden starts tanking and their products start going downhill, nobody likes it anymore, that Apple logo is worthless.
Yes, 100%. So,
But right now, by looking at it, it's funny because you hear people critique these logos, and
that's all they do.
it's it. They're critiquing just the art behind
The mark.
the mark
aesthetics,
itself.
the geometry.
Yeah.
And I have a problem with that, but we'll talk about that. So I'm going to give you one more potential metaphor to think about. Okay. A mark, let's say it's like a car or a truck or a wagon. Without fuel, brand, it goes nowhere.
Yes.
But brand with a good mark, a good vehicle goes really far, really fast.
That's a really
Okay.
good analogy.
So if you have a VW bus from the 70s, it breaks down all the time.
Right.
It doesn't go far or fast,
Yeah.
but it's a vibe.
Right.
And it can haul lots of things, and it can take you off grid a little bit.
Yeah.
And so again, we need fuel, otherwise the car goes nowhere. I mean, it can go downhill pretty fast, but other than that, it needs fuel. And that's what creatives need to understand. Okay, so if you have a high performance vehicle like a Porsche 911, and you have fuel, high premium octane, you can go far fast and enjoy the ride and create greater value as a collectible. And so it grows in value versus depreciate.
Yes.
So poorly designed marks depreciate because they don't exhibit timeless qualities and principles of good design.
Right.
So now when we enter into this era, and it really, I get into trouble for saying this, and I'm going to say it anyways because I don't know of a better expression. When we as designers talk about the way things look, we're dragging the profession into the design ghetto.
Yeah. I get that.
We're saying we're not worthy of having a higher level conversation, so we keep dragging it into being about purely aesthetics. Okay?
Right.
Now, the problem, and it's very popular because it's amateurs talking to amateurs, so no one understands anything. And I know shots are fired, so come at me. Is amateur designers love symmetry, alignment, and they don't understand optical balance, optical alignment.
Yes.
So like the X, if you look at the X, the cross, I don't know what it's called, but the cross of the X, it's not perfectly aligned.
Yes.
Because when it crosses over the other X, the stroke, it looks like it's off.
Yep.
So real designers spent hundreds, sometimes thousands of hours making these little micro adjustments because they understand optically it now looks aligned. So when Google comes out, they're like, wow, it doesn't align, I fixed it. You just told me you don't understand design at all.
Yeah.
And everyone who likes it, they thank God you fixed it. They also don't understand design.
Right.
But you'll notice the Michael Beirut's, the Paul Scher's, the Brian Collins of the world, they're not in the feed saying this logo sucks. Because they know better.
Yeah.
They know that you're dismissing and discrediting a whole army of creative people who worked on something that you're not privy to, and you're just throwing it away on what you feel should be right or wrong.
Yes.
And the more they critique these things, the more you know they don't know anything.
Yeah. Good point. No. I agree 100%. So the brand itself then is what the focus should be on for most designers when they first take on a customer. It's not focusing on the mark itself, but first taking a step back and taking a look at the bigger picture of the brand and trying to point the holes. So then why do you feel so many of these brands lately have just been, what's the word, like oversimplifying, blanding,
Yes.
right? And we're talking massive companies that, they could stand for so much, and their delivery is just meh.
Let's name one of them. Let's get specific. Why don't you tell
What
me
happened
one?
with Burberry? They
Okay,
just
that one I agree with you. Pick a different one.
because you're a fashion guy.
Well, no, because I will get it. Okay, let's pick Yves Saint Laurent.
Yes.
Okay,
Another one. Perfect.
the YSL logo, which is the initials of Yves Saint Laurent. I hope now I'm going to put on my angry judging lens
Yes.
and say that's an ugly logo.
Yeah.
It's skinny. It's not well balanced. The interlocking letter forms don't work. There's a lot of mid-level designers who can out-design that right now today.
Of course.
So when Saint Laurent went with a bold sans serif typeface, I'm like, I could wear that now. I could not wear that other YSL monstrosity because aesthetically, it's like the Pinto of cars. It's like, why would I wear that? Or the Gremlin.
Right.
It's like the proportion. Everything is wrong.
Right.
So I'm good with those things, okay? And what people need to understand is fashion doesn't want to be about the word mark or the monogram. It wants to be about the fabric, the cut, the clothes, and the image they want to portray. Now, imagine if you are the brand and you're running ads, and every time you have a modern concept with an interesting photo shoot, gritty, film noir looking thing, and you slap that old logo on there, it derails the whole thing because that has too much personality.
Yes.
So why wouldn't you then go for something more timeless, some classic thing that allows you to express your ideas versus the mark?
Okay, but in a situation
Does that make
like
sense?
this- well, it does.
Some marks are just too loud.
No, fair enough. But I mean, Yves Saint Laurent has got such a huge, long brand behind it, right? Just to our point before that.
Well, we have to use the word brand differently because we can't use this interchangeably. The brand exists and has not changed. What
Yes.
you're talking about, the mark.
Yes.
The mark is not the brand.
Well, no.
It's a
I
container.
understand that, but
Okay.
what I was saying before, you're right. The container for the brand, but I mean, we just talked about how the brand itself can make an average mark all of a sudden feel good, feel like it rocks. It can elevate that.
Sure.
Something like Yves Saint Laurent. I mean, we know the brand, we know what the history is behind it, the clothing, the stories, and it's fantastic. So it's not going to change the quality of the clothing, but that mark is. I was kind of, a little part of me died when they did that because I was used to the ugly, old, dated logo.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How many YSL pieces do you own?
I don't own any.
So you're
I
not a
don't.
customer.
I don't.
That's the problem.
It doesn't. Well, I'm a t-shirt and jeans guy.
They sell T-shirts and
know,
jeans, by the
yeah.
way, for a lot more.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So here's the second problem.
Yeah.
The peanut gallery chimes in on things they've never consumed or nor supported with their money.
Yeah. Huh?
That's the real problem. All those people who are like, I hate Jaguar. When was the last time you bought a Jaguar? Do you know where their sales
I think
are?
It's a horrible car.
Do you know where their sales are? Yes, they need a whole reinvent.
Yes.
And I applaud them. Like, we don't tear the bandage off a little at a time. Just take the whole thing off. Actually, put them in the morgue and let's start again.
You like the whole Jaguar?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I don't want to splinter too far. I'm just saying, it's like, if we are fans and we have a point of view, we put our money where our mouth is. Otherwise, we're just peanut gallery. It's like you walking over to your neighbor's lawn and saying, I don't like the way you're doing the curbside appeals. And you don't even live in the neighborhood.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
You're from another state.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Everybody,
Yeah, interesting.
as they say, they have a butthole and they have an opinion, and sometimes both stink.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Fair enough.
So I don't.
So you
need your
were
opinion.
happy. I'm guessing you did wear. You do wear Yves Saint Laurent?
I do.
Yeah. I know.
But I
'cause
wouldn't
you
wear
like
it with
that
the
shit.
old. I don't like that logo.
Really?
I do not like it at all.
Wow.
I'll tell you something because I'm a design snob. This contradicts everything else I've said. I won't wear certain clothes because the logo is so horrendous.
Yes. That's funny though. So the
there's
brand
many-
isn't working for you then. So how
No, the brand is working just fine because I was compelled to buy it. The logo, the mark doesn't work for me.
So the mark hasn't. Okay, interesting.
Remember how I said if you have premium fuel, you put it in a junk car, it can only go so far.
It only goes so far.
So you can
Interesting.
think of the mark as the car.
Yeah.
That's
Just
something like
vehicle.
Polo. Remember that?
Of course I remember it. It hasn't gone
It's
anywhere.
still around.
They
It's
used
still
to have a
around.
Little horse.
They still do?
They still do.
Now it's like giant.
Yeah.
Why? Because now I'm going to assume that's a really ugly mark, and that gets in the way of nice clothes. No?
No, I love it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have one of those giant
Oh,
ones.
you do?
And my friend was making fun of me. I'm like, I wish it were bigger. Because I'm a designer
Okay.
and I look at shapes.
Okay.
And so if we take a mark and the mark is designed well, so Polo creates this ivy kind of aristocratic,
Yes. Very
upper crusty, hoity-toity, privileged. Like, I don't own a horse. I've never played polo,
Yes,
but it
right.
creates a narrative, a story that's kind of cool if you're a poor kid growing up and aspiring to live that picture-perfect life.
Yeah.
I literally remember in junior high and high school thumbing through GQ Vogue magazine saying, one day I'm going to live this life. And so they've inceptioned me from a very early age, you see? And so I don't have logos on me today, but look at my belt. It has words all over it.
Yeah.
I would have not have bought this belt if it was just black.
If it was just
Why
black.
would I buy $100 belt when it's just black?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nylon webbing. Why would I do that? Look at your hat.
Yeah.
That's an atrociously sized logo.
It is, isn't it?
And I love it.
Thank you. Oh,
If you made it like this small, I'm like, are you embarrassed?
Yeah.
Are you not really angry, or are you just a little bit angry?
A little
You see
bit,
what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you have a beautiful mark, celebrate it.
Okay.
Right?
That's-
And I like asymmetry.
Yeah.
I like color blocking. And so people think, are you flexing that it's polo? No. I'm flexing that I like this design. Aesthetically, it appeals to me.
Okay.
Do you guys wear camouflage?
I have a camouflage hat.
I have so many
And
camouflage
shorts, and
things.
shorts.
I have jackets, shirts. I have everything, shoes, everything I have camouflage.
Cool.
Different patterns. That it could be a really annoying logo, but it's not.
Yes.
It's a cool, interesting shape. So I'm particular about the shape of the camouflage, the color of it, and the application of it.
Yeah.
So some camouflage, the more military ones, don't look that good to me. But you know who has the best camouflage in the world?
Who?
Sweden.
Sweden.
Look at their camouflage.
Is it because of like the grays, the blacks? The
No, it's not. It's not the color. The colors are pretty dope.
Okay.
It's the shape. It's a long history of like excellent design taste.
Really?
Look at the shape.
I'm gonna look into.
Yeah,
it.
look
That
at
sounds
because
really
I hunted it down, found a Swedish official what is that called, surplus
Yes.
from the army. It looks amazing. It could have been like, you know how like Polo or Ralph Lauren design uniforms for the Olympics team, all of a sudden it's elevated.
Yes.
So even utility things, even uniforms can be beautiful in the hands of a crafted, like a well thought out, intentional crafted piece.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
That's great. Jeez.
But then, okay, so in going back to,
Are these your
how much time you
designs?
got? Yeah, these are all ours.
Look how obnoxiously large that is.
Yeah.
They're not at all.
Intentionally.
I know.
Not at all. Again,
Yes.
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying?
I
So
get it.
we
I get
need to argue about, is that a good design or not because it's big or small.
Right. Right.
Interesting. Well, that's a reflection of us. This is a hard one. I mean, working on your personal brand, as you know, is always a challenge. But I mean, again, big, bold. It has to.
Yeah.
It has to live in the
You're
brand.
too close to the work. That's
Yes,
why.
yes,
It's always
yes,
you've
yes.
lost objectivity.
Yeah. So then, do you feel like you have to be an active participant in that space, in that brand, in that to actually to be able to appreciate the brand, to be able to have an opinion on the brand? Like again, the Yves say wrong. You're right. I have no issue with it. It's not for me, right? I don't buy it, right? So then, my opinion, my objectivity on it is thin, surface level.
Or you could admit,
unwarranted?
you could just admit I have an opinion on it, but I'm not a customer. I don't really support it.
Right.
So maybe I'm not the demographic.
Yeah,
That's
100%, 100%.
And I think that's okay. I'm not trying to discredit you from having an opinion. Just like be aware that you're not a customer.
Yeah, I know, absolutely.
They're not speaking to you, literally, figuratively, financially. They're not speaking to you.
Yeah.
So I will say this. You walk into the store, a home goods store, and you touch, what is that called? Some kind of glass tumbler.
Yep.
And you feel it, the weight, the coloring, it feels like high quality. You may buy that knowing no story with no brand
Yes.
because you have trained your eyes and your hands to know quality.
Right.
But so I just want to be sure that people don't misinterpret me as saying like we don't ever buy anything unless we know the story or the brand.
Yeah.
We buy things all the time without knowing the story or the brand. However, in the 21st century, the better product does not win.
Yes.
The better brand always wins.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yep. No, and I agree with you 100%. So the better brand always wins. Do you think that with that being said, then the better brand, the better story, or because I mean, as you know, so much stuff can be faked nowadays.
It is faked a lot of times. Yeah.
Right. So with that being said, then the better brand always wins, but it's not necessarily the better product.
That infers that
Yeah.
inferior product wins in the marketplace all the time.
Yeah. They do.
I'm going to talk about it at the keynote.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And you'll get to participate.
Okay.
It's a participatory talk.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is something that I'm feeling, and I'm seeing that online. I'm seeing brands being developed by people who have no context in the space. You see a lot of influencers out there that they really shouldn't be talking about what it is that they're presenting. They're branding themselves as experts in a field, but then when you really find out, they don't really have anything to do with that field, or their experience is very thin. So
Yes,
this
happens all the time.
This worries me because you're right. I agree with you. A good brand will always win.
It should not worry you.
No?
No. If something bothers you, do something about it or move on.
Yes.
If you don't do something about it, then you're just a whiner. You really are.
Yeah, fair.
So the rule is you can complain about something one time. The second time, it's you. It's not them. So I agree with you. There are a lot of fakers, and they don't mean to be fakers. They just don't know anything, but they want to try this media thing, and they're talking out of their butt. I won't name names, but there have been people who are pretty early on in social media showing hand lettering, and I can tell because I've studied lettering. I know that they barely know how to draw a line because they do the chicken scratch line where they like that. No hand lettering person draws like that.
Yes.
If you put in hours, you beautiful fluid lines.
Yes.
Like the people who do pinstriping or sign painting.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
I'm like, fudge. There are levels to this game, and the fact they can take that flat brush and whip it around and it's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
you're so good.
Yeah.
Now here's to make an argument for why better craft does not beat better brand. The people who do these sign paintings, I think, arguably, they have way more skill than most of us.
Agreed.
They practice their craft. They're so good. They cannot make a mistake. Is the thing,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
It's
And like the breathing, the design, the spacing, they've done it so many times. They put in not their 10,000, but their 50,000 hours of practice.
Yeah.
Do they command the most money for people who do lettering? They don't.
They don't at all.
Not at all.
Not at
because
all.
someone who types in
Yeah.
Gotham, Helvetica, bold, puts a circle R on it, delivers to the client, they made 100,000 times more than the person who did the hand
Who
paint.
actually has the craft behind it.
Yeah. So now, why is that? So we have to let go of this idea that superior aesthetics, superior craft, wins in the marketplace.
Because it doesn't. It absolutely
does not.
doesn't. It's
In
the
fact-
brand and the story behind it. Absolutely.
Yes. There is a gentleman, an economist. His name is Stan, I want to say Shin or something like that. And he has this thing called the smile curve. Are you familiar with the smile curve?
No.
Okay. You know what a bell curve looks like? It looks like a bell.
Yep.
The smile curve is an inverted bell.
Okay.
So it looks
Okay.
like that. Okay, so everybody understand. So there are 5 points on the bell curve. One at the top of each end, one in the middle, and one at the bottom. And they said of the 5 design disciplines, which is the most valuable to market? So the higher up from the baseline, the more valuable it is.
Yes.
So between concept and ideation, branding, production, marketing, and after-service care, what is the most valuable? There's 2 most valuable things.
At the top, yeah.
What is it? What is at the top? What is the most valuable in terms of what people pay money for?
The
So-
brand. What? No?
No, wait. There's ideation,
Yes.
the act of branding, production, marketing, and after-service care.
Yeah.
What is the most valuable in the value chain?
Marketing would be the top of one.
I would say after service care, personally.
Okay.
And production would be down at the bottom.
Okay. You have one correct answer.
Okay.
Which one do you think is the correct answer?
Production is down at the bottom.
Production is in the very bottom. It's the least valuable thing.
Yeah.
The thing that everybody here does
Yes.
is, and they do this for industry after industry, the least valuable thing. How do we know? Okay. Let's say I have an idea to make a water company. Okay, let's just call it Liquid Death.
Oh,
Let's just say.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I hire a branding agency to do the work.
Yeah.
Then they hire the illustrator to draw the skull.
Yes.
And then we hire marketers to push the product out.
Yes.
And then I don't know what after service care is, but let's just say after service care. Okay, who's making the least amount of money in the value chain right there?
The graphic designer who built
The illustrator design who made the skull.
Right.
The thing that we champion as what makes the brand
Yes.
is not what made the brand.
Yes.
Who do you think made the most money?
The agency, in my opinion. But no.
The person who came with the idea.
Oh.
Asian.
They're selling it for $1 billion. The valuation of the company isn't for the branding agency.
Yeah.
They got paid, believe it or not, hourly.
Yeah.
Very high hourly rate.
Okay, fair.
Right? And the marketing firm, their performance campaign, so they sold a lot, but they make a percentage of what was sold.
Yes.
So it's all peanuts. It's food chain. So the way it works, and the Stan Shi smile curve, is ideation, I believe, branding, production, marketing, after service.
Yes.
Service.
Now, the way we can see this, if you look at Apple, what does Apple make? What do they produce? What do you think Apple makes?
You mean
Computer.
Physically, what do they make?
physically?
Yeah, what do they make?
Electronics.
Oh.
No, they don't. Foxconn makes it.
Oh.
You guys, are you not paying attention?
I see where you're going with this. I see.
Okay.
You're right.
Oh, I'm not right. These accountants and economists are right. I just read.
Yes.
It's a big difference.
Yes.
So Steve Jobs, Tim Cook, they're like, let's make an iPad.
Yeah, yeah.
And so their internal R&D team,
Yeah.
they like, what's the brand? Oh, it's like think different.
Yes.
Oh, I'm a Mac, I'm a PC.
Yeah.
They make some money. Those are marketers actually in this brand. And then, Foxconn make this. So they had done this study before. If an iPhone costs $100, how much does Foxconn get of the $100?
Yeah.
What do you think? What's percentage wise or dollars and cents? $100
I mean, again,
for
I-
an iPhone.
Actually, I would think it'd be quite a bit more because you hear the
really?
margins are thin. But regardless, we'll just.
It's dollars.
Really?
Dollars.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes. That's how much money they make.
And that's production down to the low.
Yes, it is sort of messed up, but let's talk about that, okay?
This is crazy.
It is crazy.
It is.
And Apple makes. Why do you think they're a $3 trillion company?
Yeah.
Why do they have a war chest of more than governments?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because they're in the ideation and the branding side. Shy Day Media Lab now is the marketing. They're not making anywhere near. They're not worth $1 billion.
Yeah.
And Apple's worth $3 trillion.
Yeah, fair.
That's showing you something. And the Foxconn company is worth a lot, but because they just manufacture a lot, but their margins are very, very thin.
Yeah.
You should Google this and you'll find out.
An issue with the word ideation, though. There must be more depth to just ideation because ideation is nothing without the right execution, and the right execution is everything else.
You can argue it any which way you want, but if I start the company,
it's his smile curve.
think about it. No, it's not his style curve. He if I come up with an idea for a camera, a computer, an AI robot, who makes the most money?
Well,
I do.
you can execute it. Yes, you can. But in order to execute it, you need everything else.
That's fine.
But what you're saying is ultimately, in the end, though, it's still your idea that you had no seeing to market.
20 companies create a water company.
Yeah.
They're all executed.
Yeah.
Who has a better story? Who has a better idea?
Yes, at that point, yeah.
You're saying, well, if poorly executed, so like eliminate all the poorly executed ones because they don't exist anymore. That's not the argument. You're still looking at it from the bottom of the curve and saying, what about us?
Yeah.
What about us? Well, what about you?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's look at this. Why does China, Portugal, Vietnam, the Philippines, Egypt, wherever, why are they happy making the least amount of money while everyone else grabs the lion's share? To your argument, if it's all about the craft and the making of it, then why aren't they getting more? Because they don't know how to create a brand. They do not create anything that people want to buy.
Yes.
And if it was so easy to do, they would call it off-brand XYZ, and they'd be able to sell at the same price. They cannot.
Yes.
So what they've realized is we have manufacturing might and capability, but we have no ability to tell the story, to create desire currently in the marketplace. Now, I think it's not something it's too contentious for me to say. Many of the goods in the world are made in China. Name 10 Chinese brands.
I mean,
Go ahead. I dare you.
there's no way I would be able to make 10 Chinese brands. We got the cars.
Try.
yeah.
Okay,
Name it. By name.
BYU.
BYD.
BYD. Yeah. See, I didn't even get that right.
Yeah.
I mean, if you called it Apple, I'd be like, it's Apple. You can't call BYU.
Yeah, I know. It's coming.
I can't think of one.
That's a university, Bingham Young University, BYU.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
See, you can't even name.
no,
I
you're
can
right.
name a few. I can't name 10. Name 10 American brands. You go off all day.
Yeah, you go off
10
all day.
Italian brands.
Yeah.
So here's what. Hopefully, I can do this the right way. The West has mastered the creation of nothingness in brand. The East has mastered manufacturing.
Manufacturing, production.
They play to each other's strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
But have you guys been to Asia before?
I have not.
I have. What they don't understand, it's like uncle trying to sell a product. Put more features. Put every feature.
Yes.
So I walk into what is considered like the super mega store for electronics. It's like 8 floors. There's an atrium in the middle, and it's overwhelming. You walk in there and try and buy a charger for your phone. Okay. Every booth is exactly the same. It's like a 10 by 12 booth. You go in, and it is wall to wall signage, wall to wall product. You have to shimmy past things. And it's like, this is what they think of as a customer experience. Right. And what they're going to do is give you best price. Friend, best price. That's not what I'm here for.
Right.
Contrast that with Apple. Right? Now, I don't know if you know this, but per square footage, they have the highest dollar per square foot out of many places.
For retail?
For retail. Wow. They actually beat Tiffany's. Tiffany sells diamonds.
Yeah.
jewelry, and small footprint. Apple sells more per square foot than most companies in the world.
Jeez.
And you've been to Apple stores. They're vast.
They're vast. Absolutely.
Think about what they've been able to master. Have you ever been to an Xbox store? Microsoft store? That's what it's called?
Microsoft store.
Yeah, you've been to one?
Yes, yeah.
Tumbleweeds.
Yeah, it's not, they're trying to imitate what Apple's doing, but they're putting their spin on it. That's just, it's busy, it's jam everything, but it's horrible. No?
It's horrible.
It's not, there's no...
I went to buy an Xbox.
Yeah.
I waited 15 minutes for somebody to help me.
Yeah.
I didn't feel special.
Yeah.
And Apple has done it, like every single person who works there can check you out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And their system, like bringing things in and out, they've mastered this thing.
Yeah.
They've mastered it.
Yeah, they've done it.
And here's the thing. It's difficult to innovate. It's easy to emulate.
Yes.
Why can't they just copy them?
They can't.
Why not? It's a real question.
Oh, geez. Okay, if I had to put it this way, it's
Two Western companies with unlimited resources.
Yeah, why can't one copy the other?
Yeah.
I think it has to do with... where am I going with this?
Yeah.
The soul of the brand. Okay, Apple's doing it on purpose. They're kind of trying to deliver that experience. Where the other one, there's no experience to deliver. They're just trying to... You can't copy an experience. You can't copy a feeling.
Yes, you can.
No. Well,
Yes, you can.
how?
Well, first of all, couldn't you recruit the same people who designed the thing, train them, hire ex-Apple
It's not
people?
in the brand DNA, and you don't actually...
You're using very abstract
taking it,
language.
though.
You're using very romantic
If it's-
abstract language.
Fair enough. If it's not what you live and breathe... Okay, Apple...
Yes, you're right, but you use the words.
Okay.
Word-shaped worlds.
Right. Fair
Use the
enough.
right
Okay.
words. Soul.
Yeah.
DNA.
It's all the DNA. No, okay. It's like it's that the company stands for and has built a brand around being so human focused, right? Where Microsoft has never been about human. It's been about the technology. It's been about the product, the features, everything from how they market it to their user experience. And Apple has completely shifted that, and they focus on that user experience. So if it's not inside your brand, if it's not part of your, I hate to say it, brand DNA, your core.
There's a word for it.
Hey,
There's a word
I thought
for
it's
it.
Okay, what is it?
It's culture.
Oh.
It's not in their
Damn
culture.
you. That's right. Yeah.
And they don't have the taste.
That is the word I wanted.
They don't have the taste. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's like you try to take some heathen knuckle dragging person into a fine dining restaurant. They're like, this is stupid. This steak is like too red. I want it burnt. Like, what is this? Give me the
You mean the dead cow, of course.
yeah. Give me the Coors Light. What is this fancy micro brew? Blah blah blah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why they can't do that, because
why.
they don't have a culture of taste, of excellence,
Yes.
and good design.
Oh.
You give me their budget, I'll redo their store.
Yeah.
But they just don't have the leadership to say, like, this is wrong. They just can look at the numbers. It's not going in the right direction. Everything that could be measured, they understand.
Yeah.
But they don't understand the intangible.
Interesting. So culture
Create
runs
beauty,
really deep then.
Aesthetics.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Is it a culture of excellence? For example, we're not judging anything.
No.
Let's just say there's a loose cable here, and all the crew at Creative South walk by it all day. If they didn't have the culture of excellence, somebody would not flag that, tape it down, and fix it and remedy it. If the light here is flickering, or if it's too hot or too cold, the right culture, like, this would not have happened, because we would have gone and done a run through. We would have done a pre-mortem. We would have checks and balances all over the place. So where the West, and I'm not trying to be pro-West or anti-East, where the West gets this done really well is many, many years of practice of creating the intangible. And if you read Rory Sutherland's book, Alchemist, or Alchemy, he talks about we should focus more on the intangible versus the tangible features of anything.
Yes.
More is one in the intangible. He understands this really well. So the lead that the West, and I include Europe and America and Canada in this, is shrinking fast. So it's like the giants sleep.
Yeah.
But the East has a long way to go, because it's so culturally ingrained, because they don't have the culture either of excellence. Their culture of price and features. Price and features.
That's cool. I actually believe that 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
So what they need to do is the management say, I don't know what I'm doing. Let me hire the right people and get out of their way. But then they have to put their finger on it again, and they may mess it up. Do you know that most of the Chinese auto manufacturers have hired away the leads of almost all the amazing European brands, from Audi to Porsche to all of they basically have, but then the cars still look a little funky to me. What happened? Culture.
The culture.
Sure.
Yes, one person cannot change the tide
Yes.
or the current of a stream.
Right.
Yeah. So despite them saying we're going to pay you so much money, give you carte blanche, the culture of the people who make the decisions above that person still want to say, well, why don't we make it gold? Why don't we do this? And why don't we make a bigger logo or whatever it is they're going to do?
So we're talking about, because again, you're right, cars, they're pulling engineers, but they're not able to replicate that same vibe. John Ivey, right? Johnny Ivey, he left Apple to start his own gig. And you could argue that he's doing really well in his own gig. I mean, God knows he was just bought for like $1 billion,
yeah.
which is crazy.
By Sam Altman.
Right, insane. But it seems as though he's been able to replicate that culture. But we're not seeing products, but we must see some sort of culture there. So do you think that it worked? He was able to do it, and Apple has now lost their culture? Or
This is many questions in one, but let's start with one at a time.
sorry, yeah, I rambled.
What has Johnny Ivey made?
Well, since I don't know what he's made.
See,
since.
your imagination runs wild.
Yeah, it's true. It does. But I mean,
As far as I know, he's not made a single thing.
yeah, since
And that the wearable thing that he made, that Sam Altman invested in,
Yeah.
is unusable.
yeah, it's unusable.
It's a
absolutely
dumpster fire.
unusable. Yeah, absolutely.
So what happens is when you give boy men billions of dollars of other people's money, they make strange decisions about
Yeah.
teams and proximity. Like we hired the guy that could not be hired.
And thinking that hiring the guy is going to change the culture, but really, I mean, there was a lot more to
Let
him
me
at
give you an
Apple.
example. Yes, let me give you an example here. In the West, we celebrate the lone genius.
Yes.
In the East, they celebrate more of like the collective effort.
Yeah.
So the lone genius is Steve Jobs came up with all these things. He did not.
No, not at all.
The lone genius is Johnny Ivey designed all these things. He did not. There's a whole team.
Yes.
Okay. When I ran my production company, we would bring in the VFX artists of feature films that have won Academy Awards, and we would plug them in. And like, what's going on? They're like, this doesn't work. I'm like, dude, you worked on all these films. Is this not your reel? And we struggled mightily to get it to work. And then ultimately, weeks into the project, I had to fire them because it's not working. I bring in a guy, and he's like, why can't the lead VFX artist from Rhythm and Hues or Digital Domain, who worked on Terminator 3 or whatever, why can't they do the simple shot for this commercial? He goes, Chris, you don't understand. There's a massive infrastructure over there of technical engineers, of art directors, painters. So basically, when this doesn't work, you kick it back, they fix it, it comes back, kicks. So the teams all rely on highly specialized team members. When you pull that person out and they can't open the file or can't render, you don't have the infrastructure here to support them.
Yes.
So that's the myth of the lone genius.
Yes.
So Johnny Ivey could be the world's best designer. We don't know because I don't know him.
Right.
But it could be he had 5,500 other designers working under him,
Yes.
figuring out where the screws go and how to adhere something in a modeling department that can make X, Y, and Z.
Yep.
And that's a lot of money in infrastructure and in human capital that we don't account for.
Yes.
So it's the myth of the lone genius that perpetuates these ideas of these superstars.
I love that. The myth of the lone genius. That's absolutely true.
It's a very Western idea.
That's why it's like pulling him out really didn't change anything at Apple because they still had the whole infrastructure over there. And him going off on his own hasn't changed the world either because how the hell did he get $1 billion?
Well,
I mean,
a company is worth $3 trillion is not dependent on a single person living or dying, showing up to work or not. Because if it does, it's not worth a penny.
No, exactly.
It's too volatile.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't do that.
Well, and you know what? It's the reality is the company has still survived after Steve Jobs. Whether it has, it's grown. But
by immense amounts.
Yes.
So survived is not the right word.
New successful products, though, which is funny. They've just improved what they've already had.
That's not true.
Isn't it?
Do you like the Apple Watch?
Yeah.
It was under Tim Cook.
It's okay. I mean, it's okay.
Do you know, like, the whole Apple ecosystem has thrived under Tim?
Is it really?
Dude, they're a $3 trillion company.
No. But I mean, he wasn't the one who started the ecosystem because that.
Well, there are parts of the ecosystem that was started but not really fully realized. So, I watch a whole documentary on Tim Cook. The things he's done for Apple, most people just.
So is he just not getting enough credit for this then?
100%, because of the myth of the lone genius.
So Steve Jobs may have come up with the idea. He may have had the
He may not have come up with anything. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you're right, maybe.
Have you worked in an agency with a creative director who takes credit for everything? Who's done nothing?
Yeah, and apparently he was wasn't a nice person either.
Clearly not apparently.
Yeah.
But it is, but very rarely are innovators, mavericks, world breakers are nice people.
Yeah, fair.
Nice people playing the rules.
Yes.
He's a world breaker.
Yeah.
There's a term. It's called the reality distortion field, and that was given to Steve Jobs because he didn't accept reality.
Yes.
Do you know the story behind how the iPhone was invented and how it kind of pushed Apple to the next tier?
Well, no, just from morphing from the iPod, I guess. No?
No, not at all. So Apple was in secret development of a tablet,
Yes.
and they've been working on this for a really long time. Steve walks in, and they're like, here's the latest version. And he's like, you know what? We should make this into a phone.
Yeah.
And they look at him like jaws drop, like, how do we take this much and make it this? And that's Steve. I don't really care. Make it small, and we'll launch with this. The iPad was supposed to be the thing that gets dropped, not the iPhone.
Not the iPhone.
Yeah, next thing is he's like, we need a killer feature. Visual voicemail, not linear voicemail. Now, we all take it for granted that that's always the way, but he called Verizon, he called T-Mobile, or whoever, and they all refused.
Yes, I do. I heard that.
AT&T said yes.
Yes.
Probably all the executives of the other companies threw themselves off a bridge.
Yeah.
right.
To think about it.
Yeah.
So AT&T and Apple were locked together for years, and then after that it was open. But
Yes.
So they had a flood of new contracts like you can't imagine.
Yeah.
That's Steve Jobs' ability to bend the world
Yes.
to his will. That's his feat.
Do you think that there are current day, shall we say, Elon Musk, who shared the same kind of qualities that Steve Jobs would? Like quirky from a human level, but had the ability and the foresight and the vision to change world?
Is there? I'm sure there is. I don't know of them.
Yeah.
Because Steve was okay. Here's the thing. Steve is brilliant at a couple different things. He's not an inventor. He's not an engineer. He's not a scientist. He partnered up with Wozniak to make this company, and his brilliance, where he was so strong, was where Wozniak was really weak.
Yes.
And where he was weak, Wozniak was really strong. He was the lead engineer to make all these things, and without each other, they don't build this thing. So Steve is an early creative who had been able to bootstrap a consumer electronics company
Yes. 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 Yes.
or personal computer company. Today, creatives are so irresponsible, aloof, and weird that they're not starting companies.
Yes.
But like the guys, some of the RISD guys started Uber or Airbnb. I'm sorry, not Uber, Airbnb. They have an imagination. They team up with the right money people because we're not trained to think like this.
Yes, yes.
And Steve Jobs had said when he dropped out of school, he went to India on his pilgrimage and he took a calligraphy class. Those two things shaped more of his thinking than anything else. Being deeply philosophical, being highly concerned about aesthetics, and learning about calligraphy taught him about gave him the appreciation for good design.
Yes.
So little things would bother him. And he was insane about how he managed people.
Yes.
So there's the story behind like their first printer or scanner or whatever. They brought it to Steve and he's like, hey, let me print. And it didn't work. Like, well, you got to download the driver. He said, that is insane. Make it work, make it assume, make it connect automatically.
Yes.
And that kind of culture of excellence and thoughtfulness drove, I'm sure, the team crazy, but we, the consumers, fall in love.
Absolutely.
If you've ever owned a PC, it's constantly downloading patches and things and connecting legacy things to other legacy things, and you have too many ports. Steve's like, you know what? Get rid of the thing that we invented.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thunderbolt's gone, everybody.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
like, what the? Apple Firewire? You remember that?
Yeah, I do
And
remember.
they're like, they just discarded it and the whole team's like, well, what about the relationship with the customer?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care. They'll love us for the new thing.
Yes.
Make the new thing so good they forgive us for the sins of the old thing.
Yes, yes, yes.
Fool me once, keep fooling me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
They do this all the time. Like, gosh, I have drives I can't connect right now.
Yeah, I know.
And there's a dongle for the dongle.
I know.
I'm all dongled out, boys.
Dongle life.
Yeah, I really am. So that's the thing, is you need world breakers, people who have the intelligence and sort of a meanness to them because they have to not accept reality for what it is. But they
Or
can
can't
build the
really.
reality for what it should be.
Yes.
And they can do that. So in schools, if we're to do a service to creative people, we would not just train them in the craft, but in leadership, communication, marketing, business principles. But when we hear things like money, we go, la, la, I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
We run from it.
Right.
It's evil.
That's the worst thing.
Yeah, so how are we going to lead?
Yeah.
So there may not be another Steve Jobs until there's a change in the way we're educated. Either a business person who has a creative person trapped inside of them, which is very rare, or the creative person who understands business dynamics and can make those hard decisions.
Yes.
Until then, there's no Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
I'll give you one more example. Are you familiar with Lucid Air?
Yeah.
Or Lucid, the car company?
Yep.
Better performance,
Yep.
better luxury,
Yep.
better build quality.
Yes.
Have you been
Better handling.
everything?
Everything.
Have you been compelled to buy a Lucid?
No.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, for one, the price, but availability. It's just not around. I mean,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well,
For me
They're
personally,
available to us.
yeah.
Relatively, modest price increase. They're ugly as hell. I can't look at that thing. I'm like,
I kind of hold it in the same regard as I hold Teslas. I think they're all kind of ugly.
well, there's
anyway.
levels of ugliness.
Yeah, fair.
And if you've ever driven a Tesla, and we own two of them,
Sorry.
they're amazing.
No, they're not.
They are
Come
amazing.
on.
They are amazing. Have you driven one?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry.
Huh?
I really am passionate about my cars.
Sure.
I had the Tesla. It's a good, convenient vehicle.
Which one did
It's
you own?
Easy. The Model Y. And it was good.
Old one or the new one?
I think it was only 2 years old.
No. Meaning what? Like how old is it relative to now? The previous generation?
Last year. No.
Oh, it's a brand new one.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't like it?
I didn't like it. No,
Why?
we had it for a week. And like I said, well, I mean, again, I like performance vehicles.
Yeah.
They handle different. I found the quality, the fit. Maybe the technology was great. There was that commitment. The battery range was horrible. I tend to like my European cars, German cars, like the handling. And I am
Like
still
which
a little
one?
bit of the horsepower. Do you like my Porsche? BMW, right? These are the cars.
Why are you whispering this?
A little humble about this. I don't like talking about cars. Well, anyway, I just
Very
me thing,
Canadian
it's
of
me
you.
thing. Yeah.
I like my Lambo. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
But ultimately, yes, I love
You know what I don't
the
love?
handling cars. Sorry.
You know what I don't love? The price of gas right now.
Fair. I agree.
The destruction of our environment. That there's 100,000 moving parts that need servicing.
Yes.
Those kinds of things.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Right? In owning a Tesla for almost 10 years, and now we got another one. Almost never in the shop. Almost never. And
I think you got lucky.
No, I don't think so.
This don't seem so good. on those
Generation
cars.
1 Model S is what we had.
Yes.
No fancy stuff.
Model
And
S
it's like,
is a nicer car.
well,
sure. I give you
it's
credit.
the same team.
But the new ones they're just the quality factor is so. I mean, again, we can talk about cars.
What kind of quality are you looking
Thin,
for?
I remember
sheet
like
metal?
the seats themselves.
Oh, replace them.
Have a thing. Well, if you could, I guess
You can.
something pretty badass.
You could totally.
Wise.
You ever heard a show called Pimp My Ride?
Yeah, fair enough.
You like to complain, man.
No,
If you don't like the seats, pay for it.
And I mean, I love
That's the thing. See, you know what?
handling.
People always say this all the time. Oh, the build quality is not great. It's not.
Yeah.
The luxury, it's pretty cheap. Because we don't understand what they're trying to do with Tesla.
Yes.
Now, maybe we'll end it on this. I was listening to a radio program that Toyota, the great grandson of Mr. Toyota, they bought a Tesla.
Yes.
And they took it apart. And they wrote this report that was then leaked. Okay? And the report, to your surprise probably, they said the way this car is engineered is a work of art.
Okay.
They have so much to learn and they're so far behind. Toyota is saying by looking at one Tesla, they are really far behind. That the way this car is designed and built is a work of art.
Yes.
Now, we might not understand what that means yet, but I'll unpack it, okay? Now, to get a car to sell at a profit, you have to do some things to make it profitable.
Yes.
Do you know every manufacturer of any electric vehicle loses money on every car that they sell?
Yeah, I've heard. Yes.
And so they're just bleeding money all over the place. Like if you buy a Ford F-Eve 150, whatever it's called,
Lightning.
they lose $35,000. They lose $100,000 per car. Because why? Because they're building the car based on the old ideas.
Yes.
Elon Musk is a world breaker. You don't
agreed.
care.
100%.
So if you strip it apart, which I imagine, there's the minimal number of cables and moving parts. Everything is updatable via the air, the cloud, which is freaking ridiculous. So basically, he's made a cell phone with wheels.
Right.
Which is ridiculous because they changed the braking dynamics, the handling, the performance. They changed owning a car for 10 years as we did. It's like, oh, stop doing this. I'm like, that's interesting. Because in the original Model S, when you're on incline, as soon as you let go of the brake, if you're on the free motor version, it starts to slip backwards. It made my wife nervous. And then all of a sudden one day we're driving, it doesn't go backwards anymore because it knows via gyroscope, whatever.
Pretty cool. Yes.
It brakes until you accelerate.
Yes.
No car company can do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, not like that in the cloud. No.
No car company can do that. You do understand that.
Just like that.
Yes, because they didn't engineer the car to be able to be controlled by the computer.
Yes.
Every aspect. This is a radical idea.
Absolutely.
So again, we are judging things on the way the logo looks, not the brand behind it. We're falling into the same trap. You want to touch Corinthian leather, burled walnut, open pore wood.
Same thing with your
You're stuck on the mark. You're stuck on the mark.
No,
you are.
I love
I like the retro vintage YHM logo, but I don't buy the product.
Dude,
see what I'm saying, Sean?
This is
Bro,
awesome. Yeah.
Think about this.
Yeah.
Dude, there's nothing. I mean, okay, from the car level, it's a different story, right? Because the car is a highly engineered car, and I've always said in that specific case, that car, there's no question, it is a highly engineered car. But when it comes back to the soul, okay, that car has no soul. It is
soul is a romantic word, full of judgment.
No.
Damn, you're saying a mechanical thing
when
with
you get
petrol products,
yes,
dead animals has a soul.
Yeah, no.
What happens to the soul when the car dies?
It does, right? And again, you've driven a standard car. You've driven a manual, right?
Yes.
And there's something to be said about when you actually shift, you have a little bit more control versus just putting the pedal, pushing a button, and going with something like this. You know, the way the cars curve and they handle. I mean, again,
we love stories. We love stories.
Yeah, maybe.
Human beings are a meaning-making machine.
Yes.
We put meaning into things that have no meaning.
Fair enough.
You've imbued an inanimate object with anthropomorphic ideas.
It's not so much the inanimate object, it's the experience you get. That's why the Apple Store is so.
You like loud cars?
Experience. No, I don't like loud cars. I like nice.
But car heads do like loud cars.
Yeah, fair.
They change the muffler. They take out the sound deadening. They want to make it louder because it has a better soul.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, you're annoying everyone by doing that.
That's annoying. I agree.
Right?
With
you take off the muffler. You take out the filters. You're like, now you're destroying the environment.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that.
Right.
And you know, these kids who do their hot rod auto tuning things, like, you know, the car doesn't go faster. It just makes it a more annoying sound. But I like the way I have a buddy who has a highly modified car. It's so loud he has to wear earplugs to drive it.
Oh, that's ridiculous, though.
Really?
Yes, he says it'll ruin your hearing. It's that loud.
That's horrible.
Well,
I mean,
so one person's horrible is somebody else's soul. You're describing things. So you know what I love about this car? It drives itself.
Oh my God. Yeah, but
it drives itself.
You get a car because you like to get behind the wheel and drive. It's therapy. So you're saying if you need to go out for a drive one day, you're going to be like, just take me for
every day.
30
every
kilometer.
Day.
Come on.
Every day.
And you're just going to let it drive.
I let it drive
the country and you're journaling or something.
Yes. Theoretically, I'm not doing that. Insurance company, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm in a more relaxed state.
Yes.
If we're in bumper-to-bumper traffic, I'm listening to music. I'm listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
I'm making calls.
Yeah.
Doing all safe things.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not worried that I'm going to fall asleep and wind up making my wife a widow.
Fair enough. But again, you're comparing the Tesla to the Porsche.
Here's your argument here.
Yeah.
Your argument here. You love your Porsche.
Yes, I do.
It has soul.
Yes, it does.
What about when we were pulled by a horse and carriage? That has more soul than a Porsche. In fact,
the
engine is described as horsepower. That's where it comes from.
Yes. I agree with that, but I mean...
So, you see, the narrative is just based on your bias and the time in which you grew up. Because there are times when people are like, I hate the automobile.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we don't like to smell manure in London.
Yeah.
So let's switch.
Oh, no. I hear you.
I'm tired of stepping in crap.
Hey,
see what I'm saying?
I do. But you're justifying... This is the same thing.
Anything.
No. This is the same.
Calling you out on your BS.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
You wear Polo, Yves Saint Laurent. Somebody could make the same argument. Why aren't you wearing Gap then? Gap is probably... You know, they're probably a little better. No, they're not actually. Fast fashion is a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing.
Make sure you make your argument before
it's a horrible thing.
Break it apart.
But again, I caught myself there.
Make your argument. I wish you wouldn't.
The argument,
please.
Though... No, I was smart enough not to go there. But,
foot, mouth.
I mean, the brands that you wear, would they not be in the same category as, you know, why somebody would choose a certain car versus something functional like a Tesla? Highly engineered, but still functional.
Yes. Here's the thing. I want us to have a sober conversation
Yes.
about what you imagine and can label as romantic ideas, romanticism,
Yes.
versus real.
Yeah, fair.
So you've attributed romantic things to real things.
Yes.
Whereas you're like, you know what? I'm an old guy. I'm biased. It's romantic, and I know it's all feelings and emotions. And
He's
you
old.
Said that, if you just said that, then I can accept that.
Yeah.
But you're like, no, it's a soul, and it can be measured. I'm like, no, it can't.
I think it's your soul that is elevated.
Ooh, interesting.
Because I'm a musician and I have drums that make me.
What is soul?
But a soul is a ridiculous premise. That's
Yeah,
It's like
That's a
I
religious
guess
thing.
it is mostly.
But it's
yes.
also
Yeah.
something
It's branding for the church.
for your branding for the church. But it's also something that makes you feel something extra.
Well, they always say it makes you come
Like you're-
alive.
like
it makes you
you-
feel alive.
it's a story.
It's a deeper
It's a
connection.
You're shifting that.
You're sorry?
It's a
That's a
story.
story.
It's
That
a
is
story
just
you
a
tell
story
yourself.
that you're
But
telling
you don't
yourself.
feel more connected with certain inanimate objects?
Of
versus
course I do,
others?
but I call that a story. I objectively know what it is versus pretending to say it's something else.
Yeah. But isn't
Right?
that then just branding behind it?
Yes.
It's not.
Then I accept
Saying that,
that.
oh, my car has a better soul.
Yeah, but then you can accept that and say it's a story I tell myself. Please don't destroy my illusion.
I want you to destroy the
Are you a
illusion.
fan of The Matrix?
Yeah, of course.
You remember when Cypher is like he betrays Neo
Yes.
and he's eating his steak? It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
Yeah.
I don't care. If
And I know it's not real,
I know
but
it's not real. Please, you never. Can you do it when you put me back? Because I forget what the real world's like. So I just am dumb, ignorant, and happy. Mm-hmm. That's what you're saying. And I'm saying it's all code, man. This is not real. Ones and zeros, like soul,
They're all around me now.
I'm covered in.
Dun, 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 dun. We're in the Matrix.
Oh wow!
Mr. Anderson,
Mr.
by day you're a computer programmer. By night you go by Neo.
Well, I mean, Neo was the coolest character in
Look,
that
I'll
whole
answer your
movie,
clothing
so-
question, okay? I make no illusions that some things are not made any better than the other. But it's the narrative and the story and the culture I want to be associated with. And I will tell you this, because I was of a different mindset before. I literally have flannels from The Gap, Banana Republic, and Ralph Lauren, and RRL, and a Japanese brand called Flathead. I will tell you right now, if I were to lay them out in front of you, you will, by sight and touch, tell me which is the cheapest and which is the most expensive.
I believe that.
You will feel it and you could see it. Now, to the average idiot, no. But I think they could pick half of them right.
Yes, yes.
But for you, because I'm like, oh my God, there is a vast difference between these, right? Old loom, like one feels like it's 2 pounds heavier. You're
Yes.
like, dang.
Yes.
And you look at the stitching and the mother of pearl buttons and all the little things and the detail, and like, gosh darn it. Somebody cared when they made this.
Yes.
And this was made in a factory
Yes.
to meet a quota.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is low run. This is mass manufactured.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can feel that. Now, does it warrant a 10x price? It's not 10x, but does it warrant the price hike? That's up to the individual.
Yes.
Now, I'm getting to be at that point where I understand I have fewer days ahead of me than what's behind
Yeah.
me. And I would like to have higher quality things, but less of them.
Ah.
So I have to go through and start purging lots of things. And I feel bad. There's that, immigrant guilt about throwing stuff away. I'm like, gosh darn it, I'm a bad human.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to is there a cousin or some nephew
Somebody you
I
can
can give
pat-
this
yeah,
to?
I
Because
know, I hear you.
I don't want to just turn this back into dust.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And I'm a big believer in this now, where they said there's something like an article of clothing is not worn more than just a handful of times. And I try to hit a 39 average. Have I worn something 39 times? Will I wear it 39 times? If I'm not going to buy it. There are literally things I bought that are still wrapped, tags still on it. I'm going through this process myself,
Yep.
so I'm not saying I'm an angel or anything. I'm working through this, but now I'm asking myself these questions. And here's the thing that I've discovered about luxury goods, luxury brands. There is a second life, a third and a fourth life for things that are luxury brands. People still want them. So you can literally go into one of these high-end secondhand shops and they'll buy it from you and they'll sell it to someone else.
Yes.
So I both buy new and use, because that's if I can find it used, I'll buy it used. I don't need to buy it new.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Whereas that Zara thing, that H&M thing, it didn't even last the wash is the problem.
Yeah.
And it's become more expensive to dry clean something than to buy a new version of that thing. We're entering into a horrible place.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? Yeah. So I'm very anti now fast fashion. I tried it for a stint. I flirted with that a little bit. I'm like, I don't like the way she made me feel.
Yeah.
I'm out. I bought one thing from, 2 things from H&M. I washed it. The thing fell apart immediately. I'm done with that.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's hard to
It's a
recover
fun space.
from that.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm looking for higher quality T-shirts. My wardrobe's pretty simple: T-shirts, jeans.
Yeah,
Jeans are always
so you
old.
can buy some from Pakistan.
Yeah.
A high GSM organic cotton, a certain cut and style, and you can just buy your uniform and be done.
Yeah.
I don't recommend that for your personal brand, but you could do that.
Yeah. It's amazing. Buddy, this has been great.
This is
honestly.
awesome.
See,
Wow.
we couldn't have had
Yes,
this
we could.
on the phone.
You're
No,
such a romantic.
We couldn't.
How long have you known him? How long have you known him?
I've known him probably 30 years.
Yeah.
He's been a romantic his whole life.
Yeah, totally. But I get
A
it.
hopeless
I
romantic.
understand what he's talking about, though.
It's a product of the
But-
80s, man.
but I get what you're saying too. This is our matrix. This is what we.
Yeah, you're Cypher. You don't want to get woken up.
I
Yeah,
drive.
I'm Neo.
I
I'm
drive
in the
your
Nebuchadnezzar.
car.
Yeah,
Eating gruel.
I knew that yesterday, right when we were like,
you did the
"Oh,
same.
we got to talk about this."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I drive your car, and I don't get the same experience that you do.
Yes.
My
Because you have a different story.
that's the same soul in that
Yeah.
car.
Yeah, literally.
You're right.
So
Like
but
my-
I see.
Yeah, you're right.
But that's
point.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
But I think that your soul is what.
Yeah.
Just replace
And it's
soul with your
responding to
story.
that.
No. And
The
you're
story
right
of your
because
car.
you said a word actually that resonated with me, and you said about the culture of the car, the history of the car, and you're right.
Yeah.
When I still feel something driving those cars because I do like to hit it hard in the curves.
Right.
I'd like to pounce it and shift it and have a little bit more personal control. But the culture, the history, the heritage of the brands, the pedigree of what they've done.
Story.
These are the cars, the stories. Yes,
Story.
yeah, 100%. Like the history behind the cars and everything else matters. Which is why I'm just not buying cars that are first time out without a good pedigree, a good history, a good story behind it. So it is part of the whole package. So I call it soul, but I understand. I think it's far deeper than just one word. It's everything that you just talked about. The story's fine, whatever, man.
My neighbor, my former neighbor, I moved neighborhoods. He was obsessed with Porsches, and he's always wanted one. So now he's middle age, and finally he's like, I'm gonna buy my Porsche. He buys it used. He's like lovingly washing it every third day, and it's parked in the garage. It's got the cover on all the time. He babies this thing, and then he goes to car meetups out on PCH, and they sit there and they admire each other's car, and they're like so proud. It's like, what is your pride? You didn't
Yeah.
make that car. You didn't do a single thing on it.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line, somebody gave you some money so that you bought it, but they have this amount of pride. Okay, cool. He's like, let's go for a ride, Chris. And I'm like, okay. So we go riding through Topanga Canyon, these curvy roads that everybody likes to drive through.
Nice.
He pulls over. It's like, you go for a spin. I'm like, I don't think I want to take the responsibility of driving your car. He goes, no, I insist. So I get out, I drive. He's like, you can go for it, Chris. I'm like, wow, it handles really well. And then eventually I'm like, I turn it back over to him. My emotional relationship with that car is zero.
Still zero. You didn't.
It's zero.
Different. Interesting.
It's zero. I'm like, okay.
In that experience through those California.
Yeah.
hills,
See, and to me,
On
that
that-
is
Zero.
my heart was like I skipped a beat thinking. I was just
me
like,
too.
hey, I wanted to be that guy. I wanted to be Chris in that
I want
moment.
to do that.
The hairs on your neck stood up. Your ass crack. There was a bead of
it
sweat.
did, man.
A little moisture back
Yes,
there. 'Cause
yes,
you
it
felt
did.
that.
Yes.
And I could describe it in more loving detail of it.
I am
If
a
it gets
romantic,
you.
my friend.
You know what I mean? If it does that for you, I will do what I need to do. And they understand their market really well. Now, having said that, I will buy a Porsche.
Yeah.
It's not because of soul. I do appreciate beautiful design.
Yes.
I do appreciate that it's probably I know it's going to hurt you to hear this, a high performance, fuel efficient vehicle that is by most standards a superior car.
Right.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Right.
Right.
And that's one of these, and just like the clothes you're choosing right now, you buy it right, that'll be a car you'll never get rid of. You can keep that for 20, 30, 40 years
Yeah.
because of the design,
Yeah.
quality build, and it
appreciates
always
in theory.
beautiful.
If you buy the right vintage, it goes up in value. In
That
theory.
goes down to the flannels too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That tip top
I get it.
flannel set, that's going to be way better than the cheap cheap stuff that was.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've thought about all the things you said. I'm not here to tell you the Tesla is a superior car. It is not. But for the things that matter to me on the dimensions that I care about,
Yep.
It's excellent.
Yes.
Now, my wife's like, how come it's so cheap? I'm like, babe, I know it's cheap. But if you'd like it to be more expensive, we can buy the more expensive version of this car. It's called the Lucid.
Yeah.
You could do that. Or you can change out all the seats and the trim. You can literally change all that stuff. There's aftermarket people who would be happy to put carbon fiber, wood, aluminum trim. But then now you've taken away what it was meant to do.
Yeah.
It's an efficient people mover that has a really decent amount of thrust. And it's a technical marvel, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Every time we get in it, it's like I'm watching it drive. I'm like, oh, to stop twice before crossing the road. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's never put me in danger, whereas I put myself in danger before when I take it off. Because, you space out for a second and somebody stopped in the middle of the road. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It never does that because it's never asleep.
Right.
Yeah.
And somebody shared that video when they're barreling into a smoky car wreck and then the car veers right and brakes and avoids that.
Yeah, I saw that.
That person would be dead if it wasn't for
100%.
that.
That was impressive. It was absolutely.
First of all, no car should be accelerating into something you can't see, but my God, holy cow.
Yeah.
And it knows this because it's always looking at its blind spot. It's always looking at traffic patterns ahead. And it's only getting better.
Yes.
The other day, it pulled into a parking structure, waited at the gate. I took my ticket. It went underground and parked the car for me. I'm like, how does it even know this?
I love it.
How do you even know?
It's the most engineered car. I agree 100%.
And it made a 13-point turn to get me in a spot that was equidistant from the two cars that were so tight to it. I'm like, gosh darn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm afraid to pull out myself because it got into this really tight spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just I'm going to trust it. Hands off. Let's see. And we're in.
And then he couldn't even get out of the car. How'd you go up the roof?
It wouldn't pull in if it, because it knows that too. Right?
Awesome.
All right.
All right.
Gentlemen, it was good talking to you here at Creative South 2026 in person, in the flesh, live.
Oh my God. Thank you for this. It's much. I can't wait to see you speak.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Cool.
You have to
Right, angry designers.
drink of water before you.
I do need. You guys are dry me
You're
out.
all parched from us.
I am parched.
Guys, I hope you got everything out of this that we did and then some. All right.
It's awesome.
Last one from Creative South.
Yep.
My name's Massimo.
My name's Sean.
And you are?
Chris.
Stay creative.
And stay angry.
Peace.